Hey y'all, what's good? Welcome to my YouTube channel, or welcome back if you're just tuning in for the first time. Tuned in with Trucking with Rod, and I'm rocking with y'all and y'all rocking with me. So before I get started, I want y'all to like, comment, subscribe, the usual stuff us YouTubers say when we introduce ourselves in our videos. But yeah, if you could like this video, it helps me get out there in the algorithm. Comment, I want your feedback, and please subscribe. I want y'all to follow me on this journey that I'm trying to show y'all. Today's video is about, is it worth it to get your CDLs in 2022? And that kind of depends on you as a person. I hate to be that guy, but it's really all up to you. It's all about what you make it. What I can do is I can give y'all the pros and the cons of the industry. So let's get to it. That's what I'm gonna do. So first, I'm gonna start with the cons. I'm gonna give y'all the bad stuff, and then I'll get to the good stuff. All right. So the cons, family. I think that's the biggest one for me. I have a little daughter at home, and I'm missing out on her lifestyle. I'm missing out on her life, just growing up. The day-to-day stuff that you would do as a parent. Forgive me, gotta get a little drink. But the day-to-day stuff that you would like to see, take your daughter to school, pick your kids up from school, put them in bed at night, give them baths, all that good stuff, you're away. It's a big-ass sacrifice that you got to make, so you're away from your kids. If you got a significant other, you're away from your spouse, your wife, your husband, whatever, what your partner, your family, your loved ones, your friends. You're away from them. You don't have a regular life anymore. You're a truck driver. Monday through Friday, for the most part, if you don't go home every weekend, your ass is out on that road. You know what I mean? So a social life, you can give all that up, partying and all that kind of stuff. Get that up. 2, you stuck in this truck 24/7. And until you go home, you're going to be stuck in this truck. The only times you're going to get out is to load, unload, go inside the truck stop, or go use the bathroom, or go take a shower. So you got to deal with that. Another con, what's another one? Long hours, and you don't have a set schedule. You got to kind of run off of your ELD, and your ELD is your electronic logging device. I won't get into all the details, but basically the government implemented certain rules and regulations for us as drivers that we have to abide by. And if you out of time, your ass is out of time. You cannot pass go. You cannot collect $200. So sometimes you might be running early in the morning. Sometimes you might be running late at night. You got to deal with, you got a trip planned the right way. You got to plan according to your appointment time if you got appointments. So you got to deal with stuff like that. Speaking on that, on top of that, another con is shippers and receivers. So when you get to your pickup or when you get to your delivery, usually the only people you're going to talk to is the person that's checking you in that you pick up your load with, and the person that you talk to when it's time to deliver your load. And those people, they could be hot and cold, man. They could be really, really nice, or they could be really, really dickheads. You know what I mean? But if you ever get in that situation and they're dickheads, just take it with a grain of salt. You only got to deal with them for 5 minutes. And just deal with them, deal with their attitude. They're probably pissed off because they live in the middle of nowhere, and they're mad. They done got a good job and they're not making no money, and they just miserable with their life. That's how I see it. You know what I mean? Whenever they give me an attitude, that's how I see it. So that's another con, and building up off of that, the isolation, man. You're in this truck by yourself. Sure, you could talk to people on the phone, and you listen to music, and you listen to podcasts, and you do this, and you do that, and you do this, and you do that. But at the end of the day, man, you're by yourself. You know what I mean? You have little to no human interaction. And at first, it don't really bother you. And even if you're not a super sociable person like me, I've never been a super duper sociable person. Like I have a nice personality. I'm good at meeting people and stuff like that. But for the most part, I didn't really deal with people. I didn't like people before I started truck driving. Like I like to do things by myself. But now that I'm a truck driver, I'll be happy as hell when I get out that damn truck, man. So that is another con. All right, bro, be safe out there. That was another driver. Another con is your diet, man. You gonna live off of truck style food, pop. You know what I'm saying? I tried not to drink pop. That was actually some tea, some raspberry tea. I drink a lot of tea and water and orange juice and stuff like that. But your diet, man, it goes to shit. When I first started truck driving, I think I gained about 20 pounds, literally. You know, it's a sedentary lifestyle. You sit on your ass all day. You just sit in the truck, blase blah, all day, 24/7, 365. As long as you out here, you sitting on your ass. So diet is another thing. And what is another con? That's really about it. Them the worst ones that I could really think of. Now we can hop into the pros. The pros, obviously, is the money. Yes, you get a truck driving job, or you're a truck driver, hold on, let me backtrack. Another con is the barriers to entry now. So they just implemented some new laws. The government just implemented some new laws where you got to do extra classroom hours. So like when I first started, before February 2022, the rules was you just go to CDL school, you get a certain amount of hours in a class, you get a certain amount of hours behind the wheel, you take your state test, you pass your state test, you get your CDL, and you go off. Now, you got to stay in class way longer. You got to learn your ELD, you got to learn trip planning, you got to learn a lot more things that, honestly, that they should have taught me when I was getting into it, you know, and I would have been a lot more well off if they would have taught that, but they kind of like split you in and out. So, that is another con, is the barrier to entry, and it kind of costs a lot. Like, you know, if you don't get state funding, shall I say, it is a lot, man. You know what I'm saying? You got to come up with a lot of money just to get in this industry, but it's worth it at the end of the day. So that is the last con I got for you. Now to the pros. Yes, back to what I was saying. The money is fucking great, man. You get paid every Friday, and if you moving, if them wheels turning, shit, you gonna get paid, bro. Like, you gonna get paid. I'm talking at least 1,000. You know what I'm saying? At least 1,000 after taxes. So it's up to you. Your work ethic will determine how much you make it. Yes, things can happen. Kind of backtracking to the cons. You get stuck in traffic, accidents, rain. You get stuck at the shipper getting loaded, unloaded. You know, all that stuff that has a domino effect on your money. But when everything go right and go smooth, oh man, you be happy as hell when you get to that payday. And that payday coming every Friday, man. And every Friday, you know, I don't go under 1,000. You know what I mean? I refuse to take less than 1,000. So the money is great. Another pro, traveling, man. You get to travel for free. I mean, you see a lot of the stuff out of the window, but sometimes you might get lucky. You might get to take a little break in a major city, and you can hop out, catch an Uber. You can bobtail. You know, if you got a bike on the back of your truck, I see a lot of drivers, they can have bikes. They put them on the back of their trucks. And they, you know, go explore the cities and stuff like that. And you get to sightsee and all kind of stuff like that. Another pro is if you got family like I do, I got family everywhere throughout the United States. So I get to see a lot of my distant relatives that I wouldn't necessarily get to see unless we were at like a family reunion or a function or a funeral or, you know, some kind of event where we all got to come together. So that's another pro about it. 3, really just the lifestyle, man. It is what you make of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you get out here, and once you get acclimated to the lifestyle, man, it's a rush, bro. You get like an adrenaline rush trying to get to that next load, you know, because at the end of the day, it's all about them dollar signs, right? So another pro is just the fraternity and brotherhood and, you know, sisterhood, and, you know, because there is women drivers, but a lot of these drivers out here, man, they will help you. Like, they really will help you. They want to see you succeed. There's some dickhead drivers and stuff like that be hating on you and stuff like that and try to talk down to you. But for the most part, man, it's a lot of people out here that's willing to help you. And if you start trucking, you get passionate about it, and, you know, you start talking in trucker lingo, and you start to learn your highways and stuff like that, and you can kind of get to wherever you need to go without a map. So if you're not driving, if you're on your home time, you get the, you know, and you want to take a road trip, half the time, man, you won't even need GPS to get to where you're going unless you're trying to get exactly to where you're trying to go. So that's another pro about it. Another pro is the diet. So I know I said you get a lot of truck stop food, but also, man, you get to these big cities, a lot of them be having restaurants and, you know, nice places that you can eat that you would normally get in your hometown. They got places that you can go, man, and be fired, dog, like good food, and they give you trucker discounts and stuff like that. So that's another pro. Another pro is job security. You got that CDL, you keep your nose clean, you get your experience up, bro, sis, trust me, people are begging for drivers right now. You know what I'm saying? People are begging for drivers. Bro, you got that CDL, you got a golden ticket in your wallet, man. Somebody fire you can hop in another truck that same day. Trust me, don't be loyal to none of these companies. They don't really care. They say they care about you. It's a family atmosphere. Yeah. They don't give a fuck. They want you to get that money for them. You know what I'm saying? And you got to get that money too. So at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. Yeah, they gonna get you home and all that other stuff, but at the end of the day, they want them coins, them Sir Lincolns. So that's another pro about it is you got job security, man. You can go anywhere and they paying you good. You know what I'm saying? And again, like I said, it's all about what you make it. So when you get out here, you get a plan. You know, you got to figure out, first of all, you got to figure out what you want to haul. You want to do tankers, you want to haul cars, you want to do flatbedding like I do, reefer, dry van, low boys, dry bulk. Man, there's so many opportunities out here, oversized. There's so many opportunities out here for you to, you know, get to that bag that it don't make no sense, man. So it's plenty of things that you can specialize in and get your experience in that'll only help you out in the future. You know what I'm saying? The more things you try, like I got driving experience, I got reefer experience, I got flatbedding experience. You know what I'm saying? So the longer and longer I'm in it, the more and more desirable I am to these other companies. You know what I'm saying? And the more you keep your nose clean, the more desirable you are to these companies. So when you get out here, remember your CDL is your livelihood. So, you know, protect it at all costs. Don't do nothing to jeopardize your CDL. Don't drink and drive. You know what I'm saying? If you're smoking, let that shit go. That was the hardest thing for me, honestly, is just to leave the weed alone. But yeah, you know, protect your CDL because it is your livelihood, man. It's a golden ticket. It's an opportunity for you to make no less than 70,000. You know what I'm saying? Some drivers out here taking home 100 plus. And if you get your own truck, if you're an owner operator, oh man, 250. You know what I'm saying? Easy. So that's another pro. Another pro is maybe if you know got your loved ones, they could ride with you. You know what I'm saying? And they could just travel the country for free. If you want to go to Seattle, Washington, tell your company, book you a load. You want to go to fucking Seattle. You'll make money as you go out there. And then you could take a fucking vacation and hang out. You know what I'm saying? So you got the opportunity to see this beautiful country, man, and it's really beautiful. And I know I said you deal with some of the shippers and receivers, but you also do meet a lot of nice people, man. And they give you things like driver appreciation. You know, they give you food, they give you little cups and coffee mugs and all kind of stuff just to help you out along the journey. So, and man, it's definitely worth it. But for me, so at the end of the day, do I think it's worth it in 2022 to truck drive? Personally, yes, I do. You know what I'm saying? But it is all up to you. You gotta remember about your family situation, your finances. You know, you might not necessarily need a house or an apartment because you're never home. So, you know, you got to think about that. But man, for the most part, it's a lucrative industry. The rates are only going up. It's a demand for drivers. Is more loads available out there than there are drivers. So, you know what I'm saying? They're only going to start paying you more. So Personally, I will go for it. Just make sure, you know, before you do this, if you got a loved one or a significant other, get their understanding. Make sure that they know what you're about to get into, because it's tough, man. It's tough, and it will put a rift in your relationship, like, period. I don't care how you cut it, man. It's gonna happen. So you gotta, and I'm talking all relationships, not just romantic relationships. I'm talking family, children, friends, all that kind of stuff. It'll put a rift in your relationships, because you're out here, man. You're away from everybody. You know what I'm saying? But man, the opportunities that you can get out here, and the money that you can make out here, oh man, it's just endless. So I'm gonna end it on that note. The next video I upload is going to be how to get your CDLs. That is the other question that I get asked the most. The first question that I get asked the most is, why did I get my CDL? Second is it worth it to get your CDLs? And third is, how do I get my CDLs? So in a couple more days, I'm gonna record a video. I teach y'all how to get y'all CDL. Stay tuned for that. Don't forget to like and comment and subscribe. Like, comment, and subscribe to this video. Had a little tongue twister there, but yeah, for real, man. I appreciate y'all for tuning in, taking your time out your day to listen to me, listen to what I got to say. Stay prayed up, read your Bibles, or, you know, report to whatever higher power you got to report to, man, and keep them first. You know, tell your loved ones that you love them as much as you can, and, you know, y'all keep rocking with me. I'm gonna keep rocking with y'all. I'm out of here.